up, everyone? In today's video, we're going to be covering some of the top stocks that insiders bought over the past week. So when it comes to insider buying and selling, there's a lot of information we can take from that, and it usually results in a couple good trade ideas. So with that being said, let's get right into it. So we're going to be going over a couple stocks that insiders really bought, and I'm also going to show you how to find these stocks by yourself. So the first thing you want to do is head over to finviz.com. Once you're there, you're going to want to click the Insider tab, and then there are a couple different routes you can take from there. As we can see, we have like a transaction sale, option exercise, buys, and stuff like that. I like to limit what I look at to the buy transactions only, and the reason for this is because insiders can sell for, an unlimited number of reasons. Maybe they want to cash out on an investment they made 20 years ago. Maybe they want to buy a brand new mansion, and you know what I mean? It's like there's a lot of reasons why insiders could sell. They could also sell because they think the stock's going to fall, but there's only one reason why an insider would buy a stock, and that's because they think it's going to go up. So with that being said, I like to focus on buy transactions only. You can see we're looking at the latest insider trading. This can be useful, but I don't love to look at this because you have transactions for let's say $900,000, and at the same time you have transactions for like $2,000. So you have varying levels of significance. So I like to focus on the top insider trading over the recent week, and from here we're seeing $12 million trades, $4 million trades, $863,000 trades. So we're seeing some big money enter, and this shows a lot of confidence in my opinion. From this point, we can see, who actually bought the shares, how many they bought, their cost at, or the cost that they bought it at, and then the underlying ticker. So if we click the first one, CANO, I already have it pulled up. Once you click here, if you go like this, if you right click it, open link in a separate tab, we can see it right here. You can see the technical analysis of it. You can see a bunch of different data. And if we continue to scroll down, we can see all of the recent, all of the recent insider trading. What I like about this one is it's basically all buys. You know what I mean? It's between, I guess you could say, the same two people, the CEO and then the CFO. We can see, or CCO, I should say. Everything's listed right here. And if we take a look at the stock CANO, it's really not looking too bad. It's definitely been beaten down over the past couple months, but it's starting to come back up. So this one would be a pretty decent setup for maybe an insider trading type play. Whenever insiders trade, they have to file that legally if they do take the legal route. But yeah, I mean, overall, this is one way to find insider trading. I like to use Finviz. It's completely free, and you can see all the history. So for CANO, I like the setup. But sometimes you'll look at a stock, let's say we go to latest insider trading, and we look at SLQT, right? We can see an insider bought 1 million shares of this stock, right? And it's the CEO. But if we look at SLQT, it's just very mixed because we have a lot of recent buys, but we also have a lot of historical selling pressure. You look all the way back through January, February, March, April even. There's just a lot of selling pressure. We could see that a member of the 10% group was selling over $100 million worth of this stock back in March. So, sometimes when you look and you see setups like this, like SLQT, it's not ideal, so personally, I would not like a setup like SLQT, even though the CEO is buying $1 million worth of shares. Just to see all of this other selling pressure, it kind of turns me off. So generally, I like to look for stocks that have, a lot of buyers coming in and, at least some good technicals. So just keep that in mind. If we take another look at the list right here, we can see the co-founder and vice chairman bought close to 10 million shares over the past week. If we look at the stock, OSCR, again, tons of buyers coming in, one little seller, but in the grand scheme of things, we have 10% owner, co-founder, and just, there's a lot of money flowing into it. So if we look at the stock on a technical level, OSCR, it looks pretty good. I mean, obviously, it's not the best setup in the world, and I think there's a lot better other plays out there like Corsair, DraftKings, PENN, Boeing, a bunch of stocks like that. But, in the grand scheme of things, it's down a decent amount. And, it's definitely not the best on a technical level, But if you see a bunch of insiders buying in, odds are they know something, and they have at least a fair amount of I guess you could say confidence that the stock's going to rise because they're putting their own money on the line. You know what I mean? So, if you're seeing a lot of high money individuals invest into a stock, the only reason they would buy a stock is if they think it's going to go up. Insiders can sell their shares for basically an unlimited number of reasons, but they only buy it for one, and that's if they think the stock's going to rise. If we look at the next one, which is CERE, the director put around $2 million into this one. Again, it's basically all buyers coming in. The stock is booming up, CERE. Let's take a look at it. CERE, yeah, it's booming up. It's not looking bad at all. So this is another potential play. The main thing I look for is just to see, just the, I guess you could say, the same confidence in a multiple number of different insiders. Like I don't want to see like where it was, what was it, it was SLQT. Like we have the CFO buying, 46,000 shares while we have a lot of other people selling out. So that's something I don't like. The next one we have HIMS, and it looks like the director put around $1.7 million into this one today. This one's also not my favorite, just given that we had a lot of other insiders selling out. It's definitely not bad though, like especially on a technical level. It is at a relatively low level, like right around $8. Highs were around 25, so it's not bad. It's just not my favorite. If we look at the next one, we have, what is it, REE, and it looks like the director put just under $1 million into this one. Lots of buyers coming in. There's not a ton of activity, but a good amount of buyers coming in. REE. Oh, this one looks terrible. This one doesn't look good in my opinion. Just the chart looks brutal. So, yeah, so I hope this video helped you guys. It's quick and to the point, but the main thing is to show you how to find what the smart money's doing. There's a lot of different ways you can mess around with FinViz. In my opinion, they're a great tool. I've been using them ever since I started trading. They're free. There's a lot of data that you have access to. And feel free to just mess around on FinViz. Another thing you could do is you could do like top 10% owner trading, because the 10% owners, obviously they have a lot of they have a good understanding of what the company is doing and what the stock price might do over the next year or so. So just keep that in mind, or even the next couple years. So definitely keep that in mind. You can even mess around with like the screeners. If you go to the screener, obviously you can enter a bunch of different. Let's see, you can enter a bunch of different criteria and all that stuff. So definitely check it out. If you have any questions, let me know in the comments down below. And don't forget, the market will be closed tomorrow for Labor Day. So have an amazing weekend. And if you have any questions, let me know in the comments down below.